Oh man, this is going to be really exciting. So, for those who don't know, the Game Boy Advance and Nintendo DS, in my opinion, are basically rivals in popularity. Like, it's always so hard for me to decide which one I like more. Especially because there were actually a lot of DS and Game Boy Advance games that were basically identical to each other in certain ways. The most go-to example for me is Creature from the Krusty Krab. Big surprise coming for me, I know. But no, like, especially in terms of graphics and soundtrack, it's more or less a case of, say, you know, oh, the DS version is more or less the Game Boy Advance version, but optimized for the DS. Kind of similar to how the first batch of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon games, the Game Boy Advance version, Red Rescue Team, I think it was? And then Blue Rescue Team, Blue Rescue Team, thank you, is basically Red Rescue Team, but optimized for the DS, and it includes like extra features, like you have the ability to use the touchscreen to move your character and stuff like that. That was like really common with games that were released on the Game Boy Advance and the DS. But anyway, I'm stalling. So, the first DS has not aged gracefully. That's something that everyone agrees with, myself included. It's very clunky in more ways than one. Like, where do I even begin? This thing... What is this design? Like... It's just so bizarre. I can't describe it. But in terms of like the way it actually feels and controls, quite fine, actually. It's a little bit hard to hold, kind of like the base model of Game Boy Advance, actually. And for me, the one big complaint I have is this is a frontlit screen, not a backlit screen. However, this is actually where an interesting tidbit of information comes into play. Later shipments of the original DS actually do have the ability to activate a backlit mode, if I remember correctly. It just, you won't know this naturally because it actually requires modding, from what I've heard. Also, I should have mentioned this, but I was too busy talking about that little interesting tidbit. But yes, the Nintendo DS can play Game Boy Advance games via slot 2 at the very bottom, which is definitely a welcome addition. Although, I have to bring this up because this is something that's actually really hilarious. Nintendo claimed that at the time the DS wouldn't replace the Game Boy Advance, but then you remember that's also the same company that claimed that the 3DS wouldn't replace the DS, the Switch Lite wouldn't replace the 3DS, etc., etc. Yeah, I don't really take that seriously. And of course, we have the touchscreen. The stylus on the original DS is also kind of weird, like it's too small. But when the DS Lite came around, things got so much better. Like, for starters, the design is so much better in every single way. I also like the way that they added this basically dummy cartridge thing, whatever, to cover up slot 2 when it's not in use. Although, at the same time, as most of you know all too well, you get stuff like this. Yeah, not gonna lie, even all these years later, that is mad uncanny. But yeah, the DS Lite is super streamlined, and it's... I'm just gonna say it. It's my favorite. Like, the DSi, which is right here, I will get to. It's fine, but a lot of people, myself included, tend to agree that it's more or less just a slightly upgraded Nintendo DS Lite. And as a result, most people, once again, myself included, tend to find it just a tad unnecessary. I mean, it's cool at the fact that they actually add a camera and everything, but still. Anyway, on to the DS Lite and how, in terms of like how it controls and stuff. Yeah, the buttons are a lot more. They're a lot more natural. Like they actually feel. They don't feel as well clunky as they did on the original Nintendo DS. Although there is one cool thing that I like about the ABXY button specifically. If you can see it from the proper angle, A and B are light gray, but X and Y are like a black / darker gray. I always thought that was pretty cool. And of course, we have DS cartridges. I forgot to showcase this. They are basically the size of postage stamps. The cartridge slot actually has like that mechanism where it clicks into place, and that's very nifty. I really like that. I've always thought that was a pretty cool idea. But yeah, before I move on to the DSi, I want to... Actually, no. Let me do all three of these at once. So... very clunky control, very clunky system in general, honestly. I don't recommend this, and most people don't either. Things get so much better, and things feel a lot more comfortable by extension. The stylus is right here and is a lot longer and a lot more natural feeling, if that makes sense. Also, before anyone asks, this is not black, it is emerald navy. It's just a trick of the light. Add feature of a camera, as well as another additional feature, that being an SD card slot, which I do have an SD card in there. I believe it's a Lexar. Stylus length is more or less the same. Also, there was the DSi shop, but obviously that's not a thing anymore. That's super duper long gone. But yeah, you'd be able to actively purchase games with Nintendo DSi points at the time and have digitally downloadable games. And obviously, I didn't mention this earlier, mainly because you people have already seen this. But just in case, because it looks super radical, the TMNT Mutant Machine Lite, as I call it, you know, because it's a DS Lite with a TMNT theme. I'm still in the process of trying to get this fixed, because as you know, that speaker is not working. But yeah, generally speaking, the DS Lite, in general, will always be my absolute favorite of the Nintendo DS family. I don't have a DSi XL. I'm pretty sure a lot of you were able to catch on to that by now. I'm trying to track one down, but I have had like the worst luck at the moment. Either I find one and it's in Japanese, meaning that it's region locked, which I believe the DSi/DSi XL was the very first Nintendo DS system to be region locked. I think I might have that right. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. It's either that, or I find one, but it's in really terrible condition, and that makes me cringe. Because I don't know how to restore things. But yeah, as I have been throughout this entire series, I'm going to end this video by playing 2 games. And thankfully, because of the satchel of gaming, I have plenty of options at my disposal of games that I'm going to pick from. But as I said, I will pick only 2. For the record, it holds 60 games. and they have it organized so one layer holds 30 DS games, and one side so it holds 30 3DS games. I thought that was pretty clever. Let me see, something that you guys haven't seen yet. Don't worry. Just looking for one more game. Also, if you hear that weird humming noise in the background, I'm pretty sure that's my fridge being absolutely weird, like it always is. You know what? Sure. Why not? I don't think I've ever shown this one on camera before either. Batman the Brave and the Bold and Marvel Superhero Squad. Both beat-em-up games because, as everyone knows, I am a huge fan of beat-em-up games. However, I don't think I'm going to play either of these games on my DS Lite. That's actually because I want to keep it in the best condition possible. I think I'm going to play these on my DSi. The levels in this game can be pretty lengthy, so I'm going to just do a little bit of gameplay. Oh, hold on. Get myself equipped with the proper, equipment before I get going. Yeah, I really love the medieval bat suit, you know, being a medieval enthusiast and all. It automatically loads you at the final level once you complete the game. I don't know why. One thing I really like about this game is how you actually team up with different characters. Like, that's probably the coolest thing about the game.
Get ready, go!
I'm not too attacking from up close. Nope. No, I jumped over it, didn't I? And yes, the sprites look amazing. Especially in motion, like this animation. It's way forward. That was odd. I think he was doing his... Oh, I fell down animation, but then, like, because there was a cutscene... He immediately woke back up and tried to strangle me. That's kind of odd. Also, yeah, Green Arrow is probably my favorite character to play as in the game. Green Arrow is my favorite DC character in general, by the way.
Oh, I know what that is, but I'm not gonna use it. Wait,
You got lucky that time.
am I slipping through the wall or something? Yeah, I think I was like stuck in the wall or something for a minute there.
You got lucky that time.
No, stop stunlocking me, dude! Oh, I can just walk past him, apparently.
Hammers of justice.
Seriously, do you ever give up, Bane?
Try that again. Try that again.
There we go. Oh, right.
Here, fellas.
I always forget who voiced Green Lantern. I mean, Green Arrow in Batman the Brave and the Bold. I've actually watched a few episodes. Like, keep forgetting who voiced him. No. We're stopping here. Not the video, just this game. Thankfully, because of the exploit, as I call it, in which you can return to the home menu on the DSi, if you just press the power button once, you return to the home menu pretty much instantly. And that's something that I love to take advantage of because it's a very easy shortcut to get back to choosing a different game. Marvel Superhero Squad is the same, but there's also a battle mode. There's a few different modes in general. Like there's that King of the Fractal mode, which is actually really, really fun. Which I also believe is multiplayer if you have more than one player alongside you. I think I'll do a few battles actually. Yeah, see classic. Super weapon. I forget what super weapon is. And King of the Fractal. Kind of like Smash Bros. I know it's like cheap and obvious to compare it to, but like that's the best comparison I got. I'm sorry. I will be Iron Man. And for the sake of making things a lot quicker, CPU difficulty level will be easy. Where is the CPU cursor? Yeah, that's one thing you can do. You can actually select your character or the CPU opponent's character by dragging that cursor thing. Pretty cool. I always thought that the touchscreen was, when it was properly utilized in some very creative ways. When it wasn't blatantly forced and shoehorned in. DS fans know what I'm talking about. Did you know that in the Marvel Superhero Squad show, Iron Man and Captain America are voiced by Tom Kenny?
Hero up!
Yeah, SpongeBob Tom Kenny. Oh yeah, I forgot the mini fractals, I believe they're called. Dude, come down here. Yeah, the mini fractals have different abilities. They can give you an item. I'm not sure if it's showing up properly, but at all, it just kind of vanished. But I had a sword. It can also give you health. It can help you fill up those meters down there, which are used for super attack or super defend. Let me showcase my super attack just while I come down here. If he ever bothers to come down here, come on, Magneto, you coward. Oh, he actually got me. Yeah, what I was trying to do with the touchscreen, aside from, actually utilizing the attack, you can actually expand the length or range of the repulsor array. You can do it with a lot of different attacks. You can actually expand their range. It's pretty cool. King of the Fractal is, again, it's a very fascinating mode. Basically a King of the Hill kind of thing. I think I'll go for a solid minute. Actually, I should probably keep that stylus out for utilizing my super attacks, huh? Yeah, it literally is a King of the Hill kind of mode. It's pretty fun. I think Y deploys a range attack, like a standard range attack, as opposed to a super attack. Yeah, it does. If he's shooting magnetic pulses, I think. Again, I'm intentionally making this easy, just to make sure that, the video isn't too long, because, like I said yesterday, my iPad is very, very finicky when it comes to making long videos, even slightly long ones. Yeah, obviously, generally speaking, this would be a lot more engaging and challenging with someone nearby, like I said. Oh, I didn't know that's how I actually unlocked my ultimate costume. Interesting. It's actually a really nice way to end the video. Tomorrow, I will be talking about the... Also, there's parts of my collection you can see right there. Man, I love that about the DSi. Showcasing the pictures that you've taken along the way. But yeah, tomorrow I will be talking about the various Nintendo 3DS systems that I have in my collection. Until then, this is Sir Bop-A-Lot, signing out.